Welcome back to Say It With Your Chest. Guys, we have a new
You
setup
didn't
here.
even do the whole...
What?
I'm Jess. I'm Hannah.
Fuck. Okay, I'm Jess.
And I'm Hannah. Welcome back to another episode. Sorry, we're, I guess, too
I know,
excited.
yeah. We have a little new setup going here. As you can see, we don't have our mics. So now you guys are going to see us talking a lot with our hands, which is like crazy. But this is all for the clip, so hopefully this looks good.
Let us know if you like the new video.
And here we go. We're back in person, which is great. So today we're gonna talk about some things that are canon events that happen in your 20s. I saw this post on Instagram and I was like, oh, these could be good things to like talk about on the pod, go over. Just a, couple scenarios that I feel like
Happens to everyone.
Yeah, in your 20s. Okay, pull up the Insta post and we'll tell you guys our opinions and
I like when you
all
read
that stuff. Okay.
I didn't look at them because I like the surprise.
I like when
Yeah.
you don't see it first. Okay. First thing is outgrowing a friend you thought would be forever. Starting deep.
Okay, so what am I supposed to say about this?
Like, what's your opinion on it? Canon event?
Yeah, definitely a canon event. Everyone is going to go through that at some point in their life.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've talked about it a lot, how, like, but, like, friendship breakups are arguably, like, more, like, life-forming than, like, real, like, relationship breakups, because it's not something you ever, like, really see coming.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, they're devastating.
I know. But I think also when you go through a friendship breakup or, like, outgrowing a friend, you learn, like, a lot about yourself.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah,
I feel like it
in the
teaches
process.
you a lot about yourself. And I feel like when you're a teenager, you go through a phase of, like, I just want, like, you're so, like, worried about people liking you that you don't ever think about, like, what do I want in a friend? And that's something, like, I teach my students a lot, is, like, you don't have to be friends with everyone. Like, you should start deciding for yourself, like, what, and, like, we talk about, like, what qualities do you want in a good friend? Like, so I feel like friendship breakups teach you a lot about how you move forward in friendships and, like, what you're looking for.
Yes, very true. And I feel like sometimes, like, yes, it is definitely that friendship breakup that's happening, but I also feel like this specifically, like, outgrowing a friend sometimes is different too. And, like, sometimes can be harder because it's, like, not, like, it's you're changing as a person and it's not necessarily, like, anything happened, but you just feel, like, differently, kind of, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is a
Well, it's
weird
like how people
phenomenon.
say in, like, relationships where it's easier to, like, get over a relationship if you hate the person, like, if they wronged you, and, like, it's easier to move on when you have a reason to hate that person, but, like, outgrowing someone is not, like, can even be more, like, upsetting because it's, like, there's no one to be mad at.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and I feel like it's just a very weird time because it's like you're changing as a person. This friend has probably been in your life for like a couple of years or whatever, so it's weird because it's almost like you're starting a new chapter of your life and you have to figure out like how that affects you and how it also affects your friendships. So I feel like it's definitely a canon event. I feel like throughout your whole life, but especially in your 20s, I feel like you experience it a lot because
that's when you're like growing up and like really figuring out who you are. So.
20s are so transformative.
That's what they say.
It's crazy. Okay. Next one is feeling like you're not doing enough and feeling like you're staying behind. Damn. Yeah, see, they're like deep, but I was like, this would be good to talk about.
Yeah.
I feel like especially right now with social media, it's like you literally see people, like, for example, influencer Hallie Kate, she's the same age as us, she bought a house in the Hamptons. Like, you know what I mean? Social media, you see so many people your age, like, doing and being in such different places in their life and, like, you are in your life maybe, which I feel like can be really hard and definitely aids to you feeling like you're falling behind kind of like in life. But obviously everyone, you know, like goes through things at different times, and just because someone else is having like success or like doing something different doesn't mean that you're behind. You just haven't entered that part of your life yet or like have gotten there yet. But life happens at different paces, you know? It's like you're not behind, or it's not that you're like not doing enough, it just might not be your time per se.
Yeah.
That's like my take on it, I guess. I don't know. I feel like the not doing enough is
I just feel like I don't relate to that.
Really?
Well, I do think it's a Canon event, but maybe at some point in my life I felt like that, but I feel like both of us, like, we do so much, and I feel like I mean, at least with, like, school and, like, career and stuff, like, we are on track more than a lot of people.
That is true.
So it's, like, something to be, like, proud of. Like, something I'm proud of is, like, that we're both, like, on a path to doing what we want to do, which is a lot more than other people can say.
That is true. That's very true. I feel like the, like, not doing enough part is something that I, like, kind of think sometimes, because I feel like, especially, like, I was actually just talking to Jordan about this, but being in STEM, it's, like, so competitive, and there's always, like, for example, literally just graduated with my master's almost a month ago, already have people at work like, are you going to go back to school? Are you going to get your PhD? Like, stuff like that. And I'm like, I literally just graduated. Like, is it not enough? Crazy. Like, it's just so competitive. So I definitely sometimes do feel that, like, oh, do I need to, like, well, I'm not going back to school. But, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, those thoughts do go through my head, and, like, what can I do to stay, like,
competitive.
In my field. So, I don't know.
I know. I mean, part of me relates to that in a sense of, like, I feel like maybe it's, like, I'm not enjoying my life enough. Like, when I see, like, all these people, like, going on vacations all summer and, like, just, like, not where I'm at in my life, like, financially and whatever. But it's also, like, what more can I do?
Right. Yeah. I feel like along with this goes with realizing in your 20s, like, where you are is fine.
Yeah.
And it's not, like,
I feel like in your 20s, like, a lot of people put pressure on, like, the 20s to be the time where you do, like, all those things, like, where you travel and you, like, have fun and, like, there's not a bunch of responsibilities, but, like, I fucking have responsibilities.
Yeah.
So I feel like sometimes I'm like, am I not doing enough to, like, make the most of my 20s? But I feel like the outlook that I have is, like, that will come later.
Yeah.
When I'm done doing what I need to do.
So, realizing your parents are people with flaws living for the first time too.
Yeah.
It's kind of, like, crazy because obviously when you're younger, you're like, or even still now, like, literally when I was home, I asked my mom, I was like, can I put this in the microwave?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you just expect your parents to literally know everything.
Yeah.
When it's like, this is their first time on earth too.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
And I, like, would get really mad when I, like, asked my mom things and she didn't know. I'm like, this is, like, what you're supposed to do. Like, how do you not know?
Yeah.
But then I think about, like, if my kids asked me if I could put this in the microwave, I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be like,
you have to
let me Google it. I'd be like, let's call Grandma. Like, I know, it's just so crazy. And I feel like you do have to give, like, your parents grace at certain points because, you know, it's their first time living too. But it is a very interesting thing that I think you learn with age, you know? Or even thinking about, like, not that I'm thinking about having kids right now, obviously, but when you do get to that stage, like, I can't even imagine, like, raising kids right now, you know? And it's like our parents did that when they were however old, like, maybe our age or, like, around our age, so it's just, like, crazy, you know? Because I can't imagine doing that right now.
Yeah.
Like, I still feel like a kid.
Well, I also think part of that thing is like, when you get older, I mean, you have more patience with people, and like, even with my mom, like, I don't know, like, I've come to more of a area of, like, acceptance of, like, she's probably, like, not gonna drastically change at this point in life, so I have to, like, learn how to just, like, accept those flaws and, like, I mean, it's just easier when you, like, know, like, I'm not in a bad way, it's just I feel like I know how to better navigate things now, and, like, we have, like, a lot of similarities that I've, like, learned growing up with, like, anxiety and stuff like that, where I'm more, like, understanding than I was, obviously.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like growing up is, like, you see your parents more as, like, a person.
Yeah.
Instead of just, like, this is my parent who, like, knows everything and, like, is, like, I don't know, the know-all be-all. You know? It's like, they're just people, too. Alright, next one. Spiraling. Have you ever experienced this?
No.
Same. Should we skip it?
Well, we can talk about it in theory.
Okay. Spiraling after seeing your first ex with someone new, even though you thought you were over it.
Okay, like, yeah, we both have never experienced this. But it's definitely a Canon, it's generally a Canon event. Like, every single one of my friends have, I guess, gone through this at some point.
Like,
I mean, I can imagine that if that were to happen to me, I would spiral.
you think so?
Yeah. If my boyfriend of 7 years
Okay, yeah.
started
Still 7
dating,
years.
like, if I saw an Instagram post with him and a new girl, yeah, I'd probably spiral, like, to a point where, like, I couldn't go to work or, like, anything. Like, I'm dead ass.
Well, I feel like 7 years is, like, so different.
Right. I mean, yeah, but it's just, like, I try not to be, like, an asshole with these things of being like, oh, well, you're only dating for, like, a year, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, if I was only dating someone for, like, a year or even 2,
Right.
I'm like,
I know. Yeah.
I just, like, obviously I don't know because I've never been in this, like, situation.
Right.
And I've never had a boyfriend. But I'm just, like, you're broken up for a reason. So, like, why do you care? I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Fools. I mean,
Sorry. But I'm just, like, I don't know.
Alright, I don't know if this will get me in trouble, but it was making me think of, like, a situation of someone I know who, like, broke up with her, like, first boyfriend, like, dated all throughout high school, and, like, ended up breaking up. Like, they would fight like crazy and like whatever, but still to this day, like, it's
Really?
like 5 or 6 years later,
Wow.
like, well, it's still going. Like, do you know what I mean? And
Really?
he has like a whole new ass girlfriend.
Probably has had more than one, or no? Or...
Probably, but like, this is like first
The
like
first.
Instagram
Okay.
official
Okay.
girlfriend that's like, love you, like, happy Valentine's Day, like,
yeah.
whatever.
Uh-huh.
And she just like can't leave it alone.
Let it go.
Yeah, like, there's like still like messaging, like, the girlfriend has had to like
Really?
reach out.
Okay, well, this is like, that's like toxic as fuck, though.
No,
Like-
I know. And the thing is that makes me think of the situation because it's not necessarily the fact that she wants him back.
Right.
It's just the fact that, like, your first love, like, when you're
Yeah.
15, 16 years old, like, I feel like sticks with you.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like even if he came, like, crawling back to her, she would be like, no, I don't want to date you. I just don't want you to be with anyone else.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I feel like the way that this would make me spiral, and this is a situation that one of my friends has been through, is if, like, you know those scenarios where it's like the guy's like, oh, like, she's just a friend, like, don't worry about her, like, one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts dating that girl after they break up. Like, that would make me spiral.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That would make me crash out.
Yeah.
Because then you have to go through back the entire relationship and be like, well, what was that? And did that mean this? And that's a whole fucking other thing.
But if it's just like a random fucking girl that I don't know at all.
Or I think it's more like the thought, because we don't, obviously, like, if you have an ex, like, you don't know what this new relationship really is. Mm-hmm. But, like, if you're a person and, like, you break up and that person, like, is able to give someone else
what they weren't able to give you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And you're like, why?
Right.
Why can they do this with someone else? Okay, and, like, or even, like, like, hypothetically, if you were, like, in a situationship and then that person, like, all of a sudden is Instagram official with, like, a girl. Like, you could be, like, that would make me spiral and be like, why would they want, like, what was wrong with me that you couldn't give me that, but now you have a whole ass girlfriend? There's a lot of reasons. Like, it's all pretty valid.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I think that's true. Like, I don't think it has anything to do with that person.
No, I got you.
I don't know why you're laughing like this either. Because, like, it's not even a real situation.
No, I know. It's just a funny scenario.
Right. Realistic, but...
yeah, this is a very interesting one. Anyway.
Alright, next.
Oh, okay. Realizing maybe you're...
It's a little scary.
Okay.
Sorry.
Realizing maybe your college friends were mostly because of proximity. I think it depends on the friendship, obviously, but I do think that this could be true for a lot of college friendships. Because I think that, like, when you're living with people, when you're spending every day with them, like, stuff like that.
But also, like, I'm thinking back to, like, when I was a freshman, and you make a first friend, you, like, stick to them like glue, because you don't know anyone else. Not necessarily that you, like, want to be good friends with them, or, like, you enjoy them. It's just like, okay, I know you.
Right.
I'm gonna stick to you.
Like glue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it says a lot when, like, college ends and then you see how those friendships, like, change or drift apart, blah, 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 stuff like that. Like, I feel like in those scenarios, yes, it's definitely, like, proximity-based, but then also, obviously, you still have those friendships that, like, you have a friend move away and you're still, like, good friends with them. No, obviously, that's not because of proximity. But again, it depends on the friendship. It depends on the depth of the friendship, stuff like that.
Yeah. But it's, like, obviously with roommates, too, like, you're gonna be close, you're living together.
Right. And, yeah, you share a living space.
Yeah, but who knows, like, how much, like, you would see each other if you weren't living together. Like, there's no way to know.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like also, like, we would say this a lot in college, like, certain people you would never cross paths with if you weren't at the same college, in the same sorority, like, stuff like that. So I definitely think that is, like, a proximity thing, too. But you could say the same thing for, like, your home friends or, like, anyone, you know? You know, they used to say, like, back in the day, there were, like, people would get, like, there were more, like, high school sweetheart friend relationships because they only knew, like, 10 people.
Yeah, and, like, they lived in a small town and they never left, like,
Right. It's, like, that's kind of like this. Okay. Making a decision you knew you were going to regret after, but was exciting in the moment.
See, like, I need to, like, do this more. Like, I want it to be more like this.
Like, more spontaneous?
Yeah, or just, like, make a stupid decision about doing something and not, like, worrying about, like, a million consequences. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I always tell my friends, too, like, how sometimes I wish I could be, like, that girl who's, like, so drunk at the party and is having so much fun and, like, everyone's like, oh my god, she's so drunk. Like, I've just never really been that way because I, like, just have so much anxiety and I can't, like, do something without thinking, like, okay, but this could happen, and thinking of all the different possibilities.
Yeah.
So I feel like I don't really.
Yeah, I actually
Get that.
kind of don't agree with this being like a canon event in your 20s necessarily. I feel like the canon event in your 20s is when, like, now you're grown up, so you realize, like, oh, this does have consequences. Like, I can't do this because, like, I have a job. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like when I was younger, not that I did anything that was, like, that crazy or, like, would get me in a lot of trouble, but I was definitely more reckless with my decisions and, like, not really thinking about, like, anything happening, because I feel like when you're that young, you kind of feel, like, invincible to, like, getting in trouble and stuff like that. Whereas now I'm definitely more like cautious with things, like when I'm out or how things will be perceived or like stuff like that. So I actually think this isn't really, at least for me, like a canon event. I definitely think about things more before I do them now than like I did when I was younger.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. I just think like in my life I was always thinking about things.
Oh, like about the
like I could never just like do things and not think about it and be like, oh, we'll worry about this tomorrow. Like I just can't do it. But I don't think it's necessarily always a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, I agree. Reconnecting with someone from your past and realizing how much you've both changed.
See, this is hard for me just because I feel like I hold a lot of grudges.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the thing is like, I feel
What's
like
the thing?
I want this to make sense, but I feel like there was like, I'm so quick to forgive now, like recent things, and like since I've like changed so much, and I feel like I'm more forgiving and like able to let things go easier. But I still hold the grudges from like when I wasn't that way. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like now, if someone did something to me, I could be like, it's okay. Like I use like my psychology brain, and I'm like, what did that person go through to make them like act this way? And like I try to understand it, but I was very like quick to anger, like when I was younger. So I still hold those grudges.
Yeah, because you're like they're ingrained in you.
Right, like it was too long of a thing that I can't let it go now.
Right.
But I also do acknowledge that the people that I've had problems with in the past probably have evolved and changed. And that's like great for someone else.
Yeah, but now it's like they're not your problem.
Well, it's just like I feel like I don't have the stamina to like relearn those people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's too much history. Yeah. To like ever let it go fully. But I do acknowledge that like some of the people in my past have like are probably so different because I'm so different. Like how could they not be? But it's hard to like fully reconnect. I also have a problem with like developing like a new relationship with someone that I have an old relationship with, because in order to do that you like have to fully like
let go.
Yeah, like and start over.
Yeah.
You know, and that's hard.
Yeah, I think that maybe I'm a little bit of the opposite. Like, I think in the past I've been a little too forgiving because I have always been like, I don't want confrontation. Like, I just want everything to be fine. Like, whatever. So I think in the past I've definitely have been like too forgiving about things. Whereas now I feel like I am at least trying to like set more boundaries and be more like, no, like not everything can just be like whatever, like just for myself. But I do think for me, after like some time has passed, because I'm also very like in the moment I get very, very heated about things and like whatever, but then literally, like, the next day I could be like, I literally don't care anymore.
It's so funny because I'm the opposite. Like,
yeah,
in the moment, I'm so, like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. And then when I think about it a little too long, I'm like, then I'm pissed.
Yeah. So I think that since I am that way, like, if time has gone by, I would be, like, fine. And, like, if someone from my past reached out to me and was like, let's get dinner, let's blah, 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 like, I miss you, whatever, I would definitely be open to, like, hanging out with them again and seeing, like, what it could be and how it could evolve and whatever, especially if they were someone that was, like, in my life for a long time and, like, maybe we just drifted apart or, like, whatever. Or even if we, like, had a big fight.
But what if it was someone who, like, wronged you?
See, the thing is, it's, like, I really don't get, like, mad about, like, a lot of things, I would say. So it would have to be something, like, I always say this, like, I get very mad about, like, if someone does something to, like, my family or my friends, like, those are the things that, like, that's, like, we're done. But I think if enough time had passed, I would be open to it.
Yeah.
I don't think they would be my best friend again, but we could be acquaintances and see each other, like,
see, the problem is, like, with my whole memory loss thing, is that I can't remember, like, she did this, I did this, she did this. It's just, like, more of, like, a memory of how I felt.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that is what's hard to get over.
Yeah. Well, I feel like with us, we're very, like, how did that person make me feel?
Yeah.
Like, even if it's, like, the situation is, like, we're over the situation, it's, like,
right.
But they made me feel this way, and I didn't like it, so, like, we're done.
Right.
You know?
And I think it's especially when you work so hard to, like, you know, get to a better place where you don't feel that way anymore. Like, I wouldn't want to, like, go back to the old memories of feeling that way, you know?
Right. Especially because I feel like when people do make you feel a certain way, it is very hard to let go of that feeling, even if you're past the what happened.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like a weird, like, cycle thing. So I do get that, and I do think that that's hard. But again, I think if enough time had passed, and it's like,
I know.
You know what I mean? It's like now, like, I have, like, my good friends, and, like, I don't, like, whatever. So,
but I feel like that's when the people come crawling back, though, is when you're on the up.
When you're winning,
Right, exactly. And that also makes it hard, because I feel like those people always come back when you're doing your best, and you don't need them.
Yeah.
But, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's where I'm like, we don't need to be best friends again. We can just be, hey, how are you? Like, whatever, every couple of months or blah, blah, blah. I'm not putting in, like, effort, but if they want to, like, do something or whatever, it's fine. But, yeah, definitely probably not going back to what it was, I guess. Oh, this is the last one. Okay. Being surrounded by a bunch of people but still feeling a little lonely.
Yeah. I mean, this is definitely a Canon event.
Yeah.
And I think especially people who are more, like, introverted, like us, who, like, are in social situations, and sometimes you just sit there and you, like, hit a wall, and you're like, you look around and you're like, I just don't want to talk to any of these people anymore. And it's like not anything to do with them or anything. Like, I feel terrible, but at some point I'm just like, I can't, like, I don't.
Like, what am I doing here?
Yeah,
you know that song that's like, oh God, why am I here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. That's exactly this moment when she's like, with all these people in this room, oh God, why am I here?
Yeah. No,
that is literally that song. But yeah, and I feel like this feeling sucks because it's also so hard to like explain to people how like you could literally be.
Have you ever been like to a night out or like doing something where you literally had so much fun like in the moment, but then like sometimes I get home and I'm like I don't know, I just feel like down, but I don't know if that's from like just my energy being drained and I'm just like like, did I have fun? Like, whatever, but it, like, was literally fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. No,
and then
I
it's
know
like,
what you
we're
mean.
going from a social situation to, like, back at home, then I'm like, that's when I feel a little bit lonely, even though I just hung out with people. But I'm like, sometimes like not satisfied, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, that 100% makes sense, and I have definitely felt that too. Like
is it just like
it's
post
so
like
weird.
socializing
It's like the
depression?
calm down.
Like I feel like I'm coming down for something, and then I feel like lonely. But I'm like, I was just hanging out with people.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Right.
Either.
I don't know what it is.
But it is definitely, like, I have definitely experienced that. And also, I feel like another thing is, like, especially after college, where it's, like, you are with your friends literally 24/7, and then you go to, like, you know, like, your friends move away, or you're not in that, like, close proximity anymore, you can have that, like, very lonely feeling. But it's just weird because it's like, yes, you're still around people and you're still like maybe close to your friends, or maybe you're not, but like you still have that like
I think
loneliness
it's
feeling.
like there's a difference between hanging out with people and like connecting with people. So sometimes there's a lot of times where I'm surrounded by people and I'm hanging out with them, but I don't feel like there's any like meaningful connection there.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
maybe
like
that's
you're
just
just
the
there.
Pisces in us, but
Yeah.
like I feel like I'm not like satisfied unless I have like not a meaningful deep conversation, but just like
some sort of connection
right.
to the person. Yeah. No, I definitely feel that. And I feel like like this whole scenario, I feel like is something I've been like going through kind of like the last 2-ish years, like I guess since we graduated, because it's like it's just not the same, you know? Like, like I said, you can still obviously, like, I know people here and, like, we live together and stuff like that, but sometimes I do still feel lonely. And I don't know if it's just, like, I don't know, like, what it is. If it's, like, not being near your family or, like, just not having, like, a lot of, like, super close, like, connections, but that lonely feeling is still, like, there.
Yeah.
Which is just, like, it's a weird thing to, like, think about and work through because there's no explanation for it. You know, it's kind of just like you feel lonely. Yeah,
because even when like I'm out and I'm having like with like surface level friends or like conversations, I'm like, it's fine in the moment, but then I'm like, I'm not left with a feeling of like, you know, like
happiness or joy. Or, like you just feel like meh.
Yeah, like okay. Like, I'm happy I went, like, I had a good time, but there's just a different type of, like, loneliness. I don't think it's, like, the same kind of loneliness as being alone, but it's just a different feeling than when you're with your 1, 2, 3 best friends who you feel, like, really comfortable with. Right. Or, like, sometimes when I, like, say a joke and no one, like, laughs, I'm like, oh.
That's like embarrassing. Or like when you're talking.
Not like, even that I feel awkward, but it's just like, you know, my best friends would have laughed at that.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, that was the last one, but I feel like all very interesting.
Yeah.
Very thought-provoking. So yeah, hopefully you guys like that and we can leave a little...
Yeah, or you can send us some more scenarios if you think of one. Yeah,
definitely. I guess to wrap up, we had 2 viewer questions.
Really?
Yeah.
I love viewer questions.
Okay, the first viewer question was thoughts on Love Island this season.
Okay. I mean, we can't really go.
No, we're not going to go into it. Just like initial thoughts, like 30 seconds.
Okay, initial thoughts is that I'm still hopeful for, like, I think it has potential, but, like, we have to let it play out and see.
It's very early. Like,
right.
We're only on episode 3.
And everyone's, like, you know, hating or, like, it's just, I mean, I've seen both ends. People are loving it, people are hating it, but I think we just need to let it play out.
We need to let it cook a little.
We need to let it cook a little bit because, like, these 2 episodes, like, I wasn't in love with Love Island USA at episode 2, like, I mean, last season, so I think we need to let it play out a little bit. Who's your favorite girl and guy?
Okay, like, the thing about me is, like, I don't clock in until, like, episode 4 or 5, so I don't really know, like, their names. All I know is that Jeremiah, wait, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
He's hot as fuck.
Yeah, he really is.
And Ace is a hoe, and Nick is a pussy. So, those are the only things I know. The girls, Belle, her name is weird. Yeah. That's all I really know.
Yeah,
so far.
I'm not really getting a lot yet.
Yeah.
I think that Shelly is like beautiful.
Oh yeah, Shelly's gorgeous.
Yeah, I think that it's like that she is carrying the season so far because she's the only one that has.
She's like playing the game.
Yeah, and she has. Well, she's the only one who has like multiple connections to like. Yeah, so she's like playing with, like, she has multiple options right now, so it's fun to watch her because everyone wants her, so she could really go in any direction.
Right.
I think the main storyline that's happening right now is Huda and Jeremiah's relationship. Like, it's very just like if you're a girl, you can see it plain as day. Even the other girls on Love Island, you probably missed it. Where like, I feel like this is scary. And she was like, no, like, I love that he's so obsessed with me, like, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, you want your man to be obsessed with you, but, like, if a man's obsessed with you after one day, like, it is scary. Like, and I feel like any girl can see it. And then also, if that doesn't work out, she's screwing herself over because she's already said, I don't want to get to know anyone else.
Right.
So,
she's kind of like pulling a Kaylor.
Right. Yeah, like Kaylor had no chance to be with anyone else, so... We shall see how it goes, but I'm just enjoy like coming home every day and like have
something to watch.
Yeah, looking forward to having something to watch. So, and also when Love Island's on, it just feels like it was 80-something degrees today, and Love Island's on tonight. Like it's summer. It's finally summer. So that's how you know. And yeah, we'll keep you updated throughout the week. So our thoughts and stuff, because I'm sure everyone wants to know.
My one thing is, like, if you don't watch it, like, literally just watch it.
Right.
Because I feel like so many people are like, oh, like, I don't know if I should watch it. It's like, just fucking watch it. And then
this
you'll
is like
see
you talking to yourself last year. Like, what?
But then I just fucking watched it and I loved it.
Right.
So, like, if you're thinking about it, just do it, because by the time you realize, like, oh, I should watch it, you're going to be so far behind that.
Yeah, like,
it's impossible
this is
to catch up.
This is, like, if you miss the first week, like, you're done. So, like, you need to start.
Like, start watching by Saturday and you'll be fine.
And it's also just fun. Like, do you have the app?
No.
Okay, so you should download the app, because I just feel like Love Island's so fun. It's such a community show. Like, everyone gets into it online. You can live vote. You can, like, answer poll questions. Like, I just like a show that's, like, a community like that. So, yeah, we'll keep you guys updated.
We will, for sure.
What was the other viewer question?
Oh, the other viewer question was...
I'm scared.
Holy fuck, there was actually another viewer question. But we'll do it next week. Okay, the last viewer question was, what are some of our beauty secrets?
Actually, you know what? My biggest beauty secret is because I've never seen anyone else on planet Earth use this.
Oh shit, okay.
Is my tanning water spray.
Oh, that's actually a good one.
I know, because it's literally something that I found like randomly so long ago that you can only order direct online from the website.
Oh shit.
It's called H2O Glow, Sunkissed by Chris.
She's not a gatekeeper.
No, I think it's the best thing, because like I went through all these freaking like lotions and self tanning things, and like what's the one that everyone uses, like the lotion, I don't know, but it's just like everything else is like either streaky or like a weird color and like whatever. This is just like a clear tanning mist, and you spray it on your face. I spray it on my face and my chest. Like in the winter, it's really great because you only need like this area. But it just gives you like the most like perfect natural tan all year round, and I feel like it makes my like makeup look so much better when I use it. So I feel like that's one thing that people might not know about. Everything else I use is pretty like popular. Yeah.
I guess like one of my beauty secrets, and people might know about this, but maybe not. I use it's called like fuck. It's called like jojoba oil or something like that, like jojoba, something like that.
Jojoba.
Oh, just the light. It's okay. Yeah.
Jojoba.
Hold on. I'll fucking pull it out.
I mean, I've heard you talk about it before, so. Yeah, like it is jojoba.
Jojoba. Yeah, I usually call it jobaja oil. But anytime I have like a blemish, like literally anywhere on my body, I just like rub some of that on it and it literally goes away the next
on my
day.
face?
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing, like you can use it on your face. Like I've seen some people use it on their face, but it makes my eyes like I think my eyes are allergic to it or something.
Oh.
So
like,
I
what
don't
if you just put it on like a little patch?
Yeah,
or
that's
something?
what I do. Like if I have anything, I just put a little patch. I was like rubbing it all over my face, but I think when I put it under my eyes, it gets like too like fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anywhere else, or like if I have a little scratch or like literally anything, and it makes it go away. So that's one of my little secrets, I guess.
So that's good. That's like when Jordan was giving us all those vitamin E oil, and she like use that on anything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, so those are 2 secrets. We could probably literally do a whole episode on like beauty products and like,
I know. I
skincare
think
and
one
all that
episode
shit,
we should do like a full get ready with me on the pod.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
Then we can show like everything we use.
Mm-hmm. I like need new makeup.
Me too.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for. All right. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow us on Instagram, even though our Insta is a little dead right now. Whatever. Don't talk about it.
It looks cute.
At Say It With Your Chest podcast. Follow us on TikTok at With Your Chest for clips. Subscribe to us on YouTube at With Your Chest.
Yep.
And yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.